Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tutorials of Tone. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching this video. In today's video, our topic is Man, I Feel Like a Woman, the Shania Twain hit. If you're in a band with a female lead singer, chances are pretty good that you're going to be playing this song. And with that, we have 2 presets and 3 different amp tones that you have already dialed in, and you can just get back to playing this country rock stadium 90s hit. Let's dive right into it. First up, we have our input block, everything at stock settings except the threshold of our gate at negative 47.5 dB. That's where I like to have it for my Morse Music Man guitars. I'm on the bridge pickup throughout the entire tune. Our first amp, and the main amp I've been using for the last 3 years, is the Matchless Chieftain, the amp used to record this album. And we have this dialed to pretty Marshall-esque tones. We do have a very significant high cut, very brittle highs, especially in the first iterations of this when I first bought the units. We also have quite a low rumble. So we have the cut engaged. Our bright switch is engaged to boost the front end of that amp a little bit and get more drive. Input boost as well. The depth control is brought in to add some low end back in to the power amp section of the amp. We have a 60 Hz low cut, 8500 Hz high cut. And for our cabs, we have 2x12 matchless pair with a 57 and a 421 rolled off 2.5 dB. 60 Hz low cut on the cab, and a 10K high cut as well. All of that runs into a medium plate reverb, completely stock settings, but negative 15 dB on the level. Should you choose to mute this, I have the scene ignore function engaged, and mute in on our bypass mode so you don't spike it. Every now and then, this song I want entirely dry, but for the most part, I'm leaving it for board recordings, live recordings, etc. It's really nice to have that breath, especially when you're entirely exposed in that introduction. For our solo scene, we're doing as they did on the recording and their live guitar work. We're using a boost pedal to boost the front end of our Chieftain. And instead of using a T808 or another tube screamer, I'm using a FET boost, drive at 5, tone at 3, a little darker since we're up higher on the neck, a level of 9, which really pushes both the volume and the drive of the amp. In our tone section, nothing has changed, but our graphic EQ dials out a bit of that thuddy low mid, really gives us a more definition to our tone, and nothing in the advanced tab. With our delay, we have a monotape delay with a half note BPM at 125. We have negative 8.5 dB on our level. And as of this video, I've added an expression pedal throw to the input gain. We're at 50% and we can bring that up to 100. So if you want a different quantization, you can change that. If you want less of the delay for that lead tone, just bring it back to the heel or just disconnect this entirely. But I'm going to try this out for this season. Figured I may as well share that with you all. For our filter block, which I put at the end of every lead scene, I have 2 dB as opposed to the regular 3. That is because we have added level from our drive into our amp. Let's switch between our main tone, which is our Matchbox Chiefman 1, or the Matchless Chieftain, and then we're going to go to our lead scene. Same amp, just with a drive pedal and a delay, a little bit of a boost. Here we go. and a little bit of that delay throw for the last pinch harmonic. I just add that live. I think it's fun, and it's a test to see if I can hit it every night. I am 4.5 years and counting on that. Fingers crossed the next one goes as well. For our FC edit window, we do have an amp AB switch as a hold function for our first switch. And you can switch over to a Matchless D30, which sounds like this. With a lead tone. A little bit of a different flavor for the Matchless sound, but it's there if you want. And we have a scene ignore function just in case you want to change it up. If you want the Chieftain for your rhythm tone and the D30 for your lead tone, or vice versa, you just take the scene ignore off, assign the proper amp channel to the scene, and you're good to go. For Man I Feel Like a Woman V2, everything in our input, cab, reverb, delay, and filter blocks are identical. We are just using a different amp and setup. As you can see, we have also gotten rid of the drive block. We're using a Matchless D30 EF86, a very smooth tone, which may be a nice alternative to the Chieftain's tone. I'm going to give this a go for this gigging season, tweak things back and forth, and as I update them, I will update you as well. In our preamp tab, we do have the boost level of our input boost on a scene controller. So as we switch over to our solo, we go from 5 to 12 dB and really get more out of this amp. A very nice tone. I haven't really enjoyed, personally, the original tone. I've dialed it in to the best of my ability and tried to match it, but it just hasn't sat well with me. I never feel super empowered. I've gone as far as to make a Marshall setting for this and a Mesa Boogie just to feel a little more at home. But this feels good for now. We'll see how it feels in a live band context this coming gig season. That's it for this preset. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, there are more videos throughout the channel. Fractal 101, tutorials of tone, gear reviews, playthroughs, etc. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.